people I don't think it's bad to say, like, this is my job and I'm doing my job. And now that this is over, this is just like, I mean, and big celebrities say that to other big celebrities when they meet them. So, yeah, I
Mhm.
don't know why I think being prepared for the interview, look, it's a whole different set to be on a red carpet. I mean, you really got to know something about every single person, which is not so easy.
You do. It's not easy. And they don't want to sometimes answer. I've never done like a Hollywood red carpet. I've been on many of them with clients. I see like it's a lot of chaos. I've done like I did like a gay award show. And even that was hard because you're trying to grab people and they want to talk to, advocate. They don't want to talk to you. So you're trying to get people and you're trying to hustle them over and you have one question. If they don't like the question, they shuffle them along. It's pretty quick. And remember, it's live. So give her a little bit of a little bit of grace. She's a comedian. She is a reality person. There's no preparation in these things. She prepares the jokes, she delivers them. It's not necessarily live in this way. So I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of jealousy. People are like, well, I went to journalism school and I should be interviewing celebrities and Hannah gets to do it. That's the world. If you want to, then you should set up your social media and you should grow it and you should become a TikToker and then you'll get the job. I mean, it's easy to sit on the sidelines and complain.
I mean, Laverne Cox had a job at E. I mean, that is well, it was because of a lot of reasons, but she was on Orange is the New Black. That's how she got the job. I mean,
Right,
she's good at the job,
right,
has a
right.
great fashion sense. We could go down the list for all the other reasons, but
Yeah,
right. So I think that is the world. I agree.
I think
What
it's
about this? I have said this for a long time, but we have talked about this here before. You interviewed Reza. MJ was recently talking again. She was on Jeff Lewis, and she was like, "No, like the Shahs of Sunset, that's not a green lit reboot." She's like, "That's not confirmed." I don't think she was saying it like, "Oh shit, I better deny this because I'm going to get in trouble by Bravo." I think she was just like, "Where'd you hear that? It's not green lit." You know anything about this? Look, I've been saying this. I don't think it's greenlit either. That is my honest and true opinion. If you and I want to be in a reality show, I can come down to the OC. We can reach into our pocket. I can have one less Louis Vuitton this month, or maybe a lot, and we can spend all of our hard-earned money on a camera crew following us around, which costs a shitload of money.
yeah.
Reza has money. Gigi and MJ have some money. I really truly believe that there's cameras following them often or at least once and they've shopped it around, but it's not to me. My sources like Evolution is like we are filming the new reboot of Shahs of Sunset. Here is a budget. Bravo picked it up. Let's go. So I mean I think I heard MJ say this to Jeff. I don't think she was trying to like look, I could be wrong, but my sources tell me, but I don't think she was trying to like play dumb, like, oh, what do you mean about that? She was just like, where'd you hear that? It's not greenlit. Like, that's not great. That's what I think. I just think Reza is putting that out there to the universe to try to get traction. But I don't know. What are your thoughts? I'm wrong a lot of times, guys.
I don't, I'm two minds of it. Like, I don't think MJ's strategic enough to play this game. She just seems like to me an open book. So I think she's not lying or anything. But I also feel like what you said, I've done a teaser trailer. It cost like 10 grand for one day of work. I mean, it was so expensive. And that was one
Mhm.
day, and we got like a 3 minute teaser trailer. So to have someone follow you around, it's going to cost a pretty penny. And again, I know they have it. But like, do they have enough money to just keep throwing this money down the drain and then they don't have a deal? So I don't know. And then I saw a clip with Reza on Jeff Lewis in November talking to Jeff about this. And Jeff said, we're in the same production company, but like I actually have a contract and you don't have a contract yet. So he's like, yeah, they've greenlit it, quote unquote, but you don't have a contract. In my opinion, until you have contracts and there's some kind of money being discussed, I don't think it's greenlit because Jeff was like, yeah, we've talked money. I wish I would have asked for more money. I have a contract. We haven't started filming anything, but it seems like you're ahead with the filming, Reza, but you don't have a contract. So and his response was, yeah, it's gonna be like me, Gigi, and MJ, and then some new Shaws. And if you go look on my Instagram, you can see some of the people we've been hanging out with. So I went and looked at his Instagram, and there are a couple like younger Persian people that he's been hanging out with. So I'm like, are those the people that are going to be on the show? It just seems like some publicist is like promoting and there's no deal yet.
That's how I feel. I mean, look, I think it's a great idea. I mean, look, I don't know if they still try to shy away from this, but Miami Housewives came back into our lives because for 10 long years, Alexia and Marisol, who I find to be just so fucking thirsty, and Adriana, who I love dearly. I mean, they made this happen. They literally went out to events 24/7. I mean, good for them because I would not do this with any group of people unless you were my actual true friends. For 10 years, they did will it into existence. Now, that took 10 years, and it's great.
Right.
Thank God it's back. I mean, it's great. And I mean, again, Adriana is my absolute favorite on the show, but like, I think it's a great idea. I understand what Gigi and Reza and MJ are doing. Yes, if you hang out with young, hot Persians, and those could be the people, and the production company will say, lose that one. We need someone gay. Find someone a little younger there. Do this, and it will be a general group. But I agree. I'm not sure that it's going to be willed into existence I think it's a great idea. The three of them and a younger group. It's great, but I don't think it's greenlit either. I really don't.
I don't think so either. I don't think so. But you know what makes me like, I wish that Vanderpump Rules had done that, where we took three old and then brought in a new cast. That would have been kind of cool. Like, let's say they brought back like Lala and I don't know, like one of the Toms and maybe Ariana and Katie came back. It would be nice to have like the old people and then the young people because Reza made a good point. He's like, we're all in our older phase. We have children or we're like have homes and we're traveling. And so we're not really partying as much, right? So to have that partying with the young people and then have the older people showing kind of their day to day. I mean, I don't know. I hope the show comes back. I think it was a good show, but I also feel like it's so mired in the bullshit from Mike and the custody and the domestic abuse. And then now I guess Gigi and his ex-wife got into it. And so I'm like, is it too messy? I don't know.
I did a whole show this past Sunday about Gigi, and to not to gloss over it, but trust me, like I think people listening to me are like, I mean, we broke it all down. I spent a bunch of time on
Mhm.
it. But yeah, I mean, it's great. Look, it's hard to be on a show and it's easy to be an unknown like Ariana, Lala, Sheena, and get a show. It is really hard to be on a successful show and to rebrand yourself on another show. And will stand and die on this hill because Jax Taylor was on my podcast 2 years before Scandival in the Valley, and he was talking about the Valley, and it was like daddy, whatever. And I'm like, no. No one is picking this damn
Oh,
show up because you're Jax Taylor and you're well known. If it was a group of people from the Valley, no one knew probably, but you're fired, Jax, from Vanderpump Rules. And I mean, why you got fired. Some people say racism. And look, Scandal happened, and I am convinced that that is why The Valley was greenlit. And great, it's a great show, but it's Jax is lucky, and Kristen, it's really hard to come back in a different format. It
I agree
is.
with you. You know why? Because the executives are thinking they're just going to keep comparing you to the old Jax, right? The Jax that's going to talk about I'm addicted to cocaine and then sleeping with the woman, and then now you're married with kids. It's like a whole different dynamic. So they're like, are people going to care? But I think Scandoval helped. I think without
Yeah.
Scandoval, I don't think it would have gotten picked up. I
And
don't
the
think.
other thing is like when the show goes away, it's like Shaw's didn't just go away because of Mike. I mean, if there was a success, huge look, it did great, Shaw's.